Is it Tuesday already? Wow. A Bad Batch trailer to start off our week on Monday morning. What a great way to kick off this Star Wars news week with a Bad Batch trailer. Also, release date and announcement of every title of every episode and the release date of every episode as well. Wow, 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 wow. We're going to break it all down. We're going to watch this trailer. We're going to dissect every frame. We're going to do it all live because this is going to be an incredible stream, and I can't wait to do all this with you guys because I know I missed a few things in that trailer that you guys probably didn't. So without further ado, let's dive into all of this. What's up, guys? It's Mike, guy who loves Star Wars. Okay, so First of all, how's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? This is quite a fantabulous start to the work week, to the Star Wars news week, as the Bad Batch trailer dropped. And it didn't just drop, it dropped with a bang. This trailer was absolutely incredible. It blew my expectations out of the water. I did not expect this at all. Did not expect this in the slightest. This was way better than I thought it would be. I was not that excited for the Bad Batch. It was probably nowhere close to the top of my most anticipated, most hyped up projects. And now, just purely based off of the fact that it is the next project, it comes out in less than a month, which is crazy. We'll get to that. But also, that trailer got me so hyped up, seeing all these different characters, from Cad Bane, to Rex, to Wolf, to Fennec to Palpatine, and of course, the cherry on top, we're going to talk about it all day long today, is Asajj Ventress, back from the dead? Possible retcon? We're going to get through all of it. This trailer was incredible. Really, really got the people going, really got the fandom churning. But tell me what you thought about this trailer. Did this trailer get you more excited for the Bad Batch Season 3? Did it get you less excited for the Bad Batch Season 3? And rank this trailer out of 10 in the chat. What do you give this trailer on a hype scale of 1 to 10? 1 being this I hated this trailer. It literally made me dislike the Bad Batch more, to 10 being, oh my god, I cannot wait for Season 3. This is going to be the most incredible thing ever. Ah! That's what a 10 would be. Let's start up a poll. This poll is not going to be a 1 through 10, but this poll is going to say, are you more excited now for Bad Batch Season 3 after that trailer? Yes or no? You tell me. Are you more excited for the Bad Batch Season 3 after that trailer? All right, let's see what chat's saying. What's up, Ian? What's up, what's up, Austin? What's up, Skywalker Academy? What's up? It's me, Fearless. How we doing? Austin gives it a 10 out of 10. It's me says 10 out of 10. Fearless says 10 out of 10. Ian says the trailer was definitely an 8 out of 10. This is the way. What's up, Maggie? I want more, and I know I shouldn't. I know. I enjoyed the Bad Batch, but it never got me really excited. That's kind of where I was too, Ian, until I watched this trailer. Then I got ridiculously hyped, way more hyped than I ever thought I could be for the Bad Batch, and it's less than a month away. There's something that Lucasfilm knows how to do very, very well, and it's market their shit. They're really good at it. I mean, every project, from Andor to The Mandalorian to Ahsoka to anything, they're really good at. Even the bad stuff, like The Last Jedi, which is the most divisive thing in the planet. The advertising, the promotion for that movie was incredible. Lucasfilm, Disney, Star Wars, whatever you want to call it, knows how to do one thing extremely well, and that is promote. And this trailer dropped at the perfect time, the perfect place, and it's only 1 month away. 3-episode premiere. 3 episodes. So we're going to dive into all this. Everybody smash a freaking like. How do we only have 4 likes on this stream? What is going on? What is going on? All right, let's break this trailer down. Should we break the trailer down? 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 Let's watch this trailer. Let's watch the trailer. Let's break it down frame by frame. Did I miss something that you guys didn't miss? That breakdown video from yesterday is doing extremely well, and I appreciate all of you for watching it. But let's break this trailer down, okay? Let's watch through it all. We don't care about copyrights today. If they get us, they get us. That's on them. I hope they don't. Lucasfilm, if you're watching, and I know that you are, please don't. Let's break down this whole entire trailer, okay? So it opens up with this chase scene, and it looks like Hunter, Wrecker, Echo, and Fee from Season 2 are stealing something from the Empire, and that's kind of where we start off here.
Hold on! We've got troopers up top. We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move!
So somebody mentioned something in the comment section about this maybe being Crosshair? And it kind of does look a little bit like Crosshair, no? Up in this top right corner here. Does anybody else see that? What do we think? Ian says, I think yours was the first breakdown video that popped up in my feed. That's awesome, Ian. That's awesome. Do you guys think this is Crosshair? Is there any way for us to zoom in on this? I don't think there is. It definitely has like the same helmet as Crosshair. Maybe it's Echo. Does he have a hand? It's hard to tell. Somebody in the comment section of my breakdown actually said that. But let's go back just a little bit here. They still got these like first edition Stormtrooper helmets and Stormtrooper outfits. These are pretty cool. I actually like this. This is like the transition between something like that. It's someone in Crosshair's armor? No, I don't think so.
Troopers up top. We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move!
Someone said when they cut back from Fee.
Exit, boys.
Let's move!
Damn it.
Boys.
Let's move!
Ah, damn it, come on.
Exit, boys.
Oh, I got it. Here we go. That's Crosshair. That is Crosshair. There's no doubt about that. What the hell? That is Crosshair. So unless Ian's right and that's someone in Crosshair's armor, what the hell's going on here? That is Crosshair. That's his armor. There's no doubt about it. That is interesting. Now maybe it's cutting from a different spot. Maybe this is just trickery from the trailer. But that is weird. Maybe this is later on in the season. We don't really know. It's definitely Crosshair because the Bad Batch have sort of tinted their armor to look like something else. As you can see, Hunter looks a lot different. He doesn't have the red anymore. It's more of an orange. But the Crosshair armor right there still has the red. That's definitely Crosshair. I don't know. This must be later on in the season or something. I really don't know what's going on here. This is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Maybe they help Crosshair escape, but they can't get to Omega? I don't know. Jason, what's up?
Let's move!
So that's Wrecker, that's Hunter, and that's Crosshair. That's wild. Maybe this is their getting Crosshair out, but they failed to get Omega out? I don't know. So this is Coruscant, the planet in our left corner here. I don't know what this space station is outside of Coruscant. It's a little strange. But Coruscant coming back is really, really cool. We, of course, hear Palpatine's voice later on in the trailer, but this is Rex talking. When he says, I thought that the end of the war meant we were going to stop losing our brothers or losing the other clones. And, of course, it flashes to Tech here. Now I got to ask you guys. I got to ask.
I thought that the end of the war would mean an end to losing more of our brothers.
Is Tech dead? Is Tech dead? What do we think? Is Tech dead? Because here's the thing. I saw some good theories, actually some really good theories in my comment sections and stuff of people saying maybe they're going to bring Tech back to life, or at least he didn't die, but they're going to brainwash him and he'll be evil this time. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. They fix the inhibitor chip or something like that, and he comes back as like an evil type cyborg-esque, like crazy bad guy type thing. That would be a dark, dark turn. I don't know. Do we think he's dead? Skywalker Academy says technically he's probably damaged beyond recognition. Oh, they'll definitely recognize him. I'm sure they'll put him right back in the same armor, and he'll probably look the same, but he won't be the same, you know? Maggie says, no, he's not dead. Okay. That space station looks a little bit like the capital ship on Lothal. Yes, it does. Actually, that's a good point, Jason. If Tech ain't dead, then it kind of muffles his sacrifice. That was always my thing. If Tech did survive this, then what was the point of Season 2? Season 2 ends in this awesome, heroic sacrifice of Tech, and it would all be for nothing. It would all be for nothing if he just survives and comes back the next season. Fearless says, I hope not. I don't want Tech to be a baddie. That's the only option I see if he did survive. Because if he survived and he's just okay, then what was the point? It really takes away from that final finale of Season 2, and it really just makes it mean almost nothing at that point. I don't know. I hope he is dead. For the sake of Star Wars and bringing back characters, as we're going to talk about Asajj Ventress later on in this trailer, I hope he is dead. I do. Sadly, but I do.
I was wrong. We can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid.
So Rex is the one who's like, we gotta go get the kid. Not Hunter. Rex. Omega sees Crosshair on Mount Tantus in their little prison here.
Secure her.
This is Dr. Hemlock. Now, he's talking, of course, about secure her. We assume he's talking about Omega, but he could be talking about something else. We don't really know. We don't know where they are. It seems like they're in some back alley or something. But Dr. Hemlock is going to be like our main bad guy in this season, I'm sure. He's the head scientist at Mount Tantus. He's the evil dude, so I'm sure he'll be the bad guy. So, this was the big reveal at the end of last season. This lady here, the scientist lady at on Mount Tantus, is a cloned sister of Omega. This was like some crazy last-second reveal nobody ever saw coming, and it almost kind of made no sense at all. It was like, why do this? So I think there's some significance to this, of course. There was no real reason to kind of explore another female clone unless there's some significance to the story that they had in mind for Season 3. Because we could have easily just ended Season 2 with Tech's death, Omega gets captured, and that's it. We didn't need this reveal of Omega having a clone sister. So there's going to be something big going on with this lady right here. I think she's probably going to be on the eviler side. Maybe she makes like a sacrifice play to save Omega. I think a lot of people are going to make sacrifice plays to save Omega in this season. Crosshair is definitely one of them. But I don't know. She's just strange. She just gives a weird vibe. I don't know if anybody else got that. But yeah. Skywalker Academy says, I think that's the plan. They will turn Tech into a machine. That would be sad. Fearless says, yeah, I hope he is dead and stays dead. Me too. Phi or Omega will reach him and remind him that of his good side, and he will end up helping them finalizing his sacrifice. I don't think so. I did forget about that Phi, though. Yeah, Phi and Tech had that romance at the end of Season 2.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time.
That's a weird line. Omega's been waiting for us for a long time. What? How long? What? What are we talking about here? We don't know how much time has passed between Season 2 and Season 3, but in the real world, it's been like a year. Less than a year. Or maybe close to a year. So how much time has passed in the show? Hunter here says that Omega's been waiting for us for a long time. A long time. You don't say a long time unless it's been at least months, if not years of time. So how long has Omega really been waiting for them? What if Omega is the one who's brainwashed by the time they get there?
Our mission is not over yet.
So February 21st is the release date. That's less than a month away, ladies and gentlemen. Less than a month away. That's awesome. Keto, what's up? Keto says, we got to see Boba Fett versus Cad Bane. I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. We got that in the Book of Boba Fett. Now, he means like the previs shots from Clone Wars Season 7 that they were going to create. But no, February 21st is literally less than a month away. That's so exciting. We're going to go over the release schedule and the titles and everything.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire.
So honestly, I think this is the most important line in the entire trailer. What Palpatine says right here.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire.
There is nothing of greater importance to securing the future of this empire. What the hell is he talking about? Omega? Mount Tantus in general? What's going on in Mount Tantus? What is he talking about? It seems like he's arriving at Mount Tantus here. That's what we can assume, at least. It's very similar to Return of the Jedi type thing.
There is nothing of greater importance.
He's there with Dr. Hemlock and the Kaminoan scientist lady. So it seems likely that that's where they are. But what's even more interesting is if you look at this scene, they are walking from their ship to the entrance. They're walking that way. And then the next scene,
Nothing of greater
they're walking this way, back from the entrance, back to the ship. So obviously these are two separate scenes. But he says there's nothing of greater importance
to
secure the future of this empire. Skywalker Academy says cloning, maybe. Ian says Palps is clearly talking about cloning contingency plan. Secrets that only the Sith knew. That's what I believe too. So if it is cloning, then isn't that really done on Exegol? Exegol has kind of become the Mount Tantus of canon, where almost all cloning stuff is going down on Exegol instead of Mount Tantus. Luke's hand in the Vader comics that gets chopped off in episode 5 is on Exegol. Snoke is created on Exegol. Palpatine is seen and survived the events of Return of the Jedi on Exegol. So Mount Tantus isn't really the same thing. And as far as we know, at least, Mount Tantus in canon, although yes, the Kaminoan scientists have just arrived there, we know that they're trying to get the Zillo Beast there as well. And the Zillo Beast, they're doing that because of the armor that the skin has, not because of the fact that they can clone it. So it's very interesting. I don't think Mount Tantus is just a one-off thing. I don't think it's going to be destroyed in this season. Now, maybe it could be, but I don't think so. I think we're going to see Mount Tantus in live action with Grand Admiral Thrawn in the Mandoverse. But how much of this is cloning? I don't really know. We don't know who Palpatine's, of course, speaking to here. This trailer is cut together really well to keep us on our toes and wondering what the hell's going on the entire time. But this, I think, is the most important line in this whole trailer, and I don't think it's as simple as he's just talking about cloning. Because this is the Bad Batch. It has to do with the Bad Batch in general. And yes, they are clones, of course, and Mount Tantus is there as well. But I think this has to do with Omega specifically, and, of course, what's been going on Mount Tantus with the Zillo Beast and other things as well. The Zillo Beast is an important piece to the puzzle because it's been brought up so many times over again. The Zillo Beast was purposely put into season 2? Was it season 1 or season 2 of the Bad Batch? It was in the Clone Wars as well. The Zillo Beast is an important piece to the puzzle. And the fact that they've really focused on the fact that it's on Mount Tantus is extremely important. What's up, Chris? How we doing? But Omega isn't Force sensitive, or is she? That's a good point, Phyllis. Why is Omega so important? Is she Force sensitive? Now, people have been theorizing that Omega could be Force sensitive since the beginning. Her ability to catch on to things really quickly. But she's just sort of been resembling the same traits and attributes that the Bad Batch have. Let's go full screen for a second here. Hunter has the ability to hunt things down. He can like sense things on the ground, all that stuff. The hunting, whatever. It's like his superpower almost. Omega in season 1 showed that she was able to do that as well. Also in season 1, of course, we know Crosshair's got a pretty damn good shot. Omega saves the Bad Batch's life from Crosshair actually by shooting him, or shooting a great shot. And she's never shot anything before in her life. That's either extremely lucky, or she's got the same powers as all the Bad Batch members, or she is indeed Force sensitive. I go the line of hopefully she's not Force sensitive, just because a lot of fans will be extremely upset with that. but having the abilities of the other Bad Batch members sort of like all combined into one would be really cool. The Wrecker one would be a little bit different because then she'd be like tiny little Omega being like lifting a bunch of heavy things, but you know, you never know. What's up, Friggins? How we doing? What's up? Chris says, I just got done watching Night Murder Mystery with Adam Sandler on Netflix. That sounds cool. I have not seen it. All right, let's finish off this trailer.
The future of this empire.
So, this character right here. Some people have been saying this looks like Crosshair. Crosshair, because it does. Very similar armor. It's got this thing that Boba Fett has on his helmet too. But I don't think it is. I don't think this is possibly actually tech. A lot of people have been theorizing that this could be tech in some sort of armor or new armor and brainwashed or whatever. But I don't think this is Crosshair. We saw Crosshair earlier in the trailer in his old armor, and I just don't think that this is him. I think he's fully against the Empire now, and this guy's clearly leading an Imperial army. So I think this could either be tech or some new baddie, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Whatever is.
But where are they? What planet is this? This looks like a big-ass tree. So this could be Kashyyyk. This could be Kashyyyk, where the Wookiees are from. We saw that in Season 2, and I think that might be leading to something. Because Kashyyyk, we got to see Gungi, and Gungi is a Jedi who survived Order 66. And what do we know about the Jedi who survived Order 66? They all get hunted down by the Empire, by Vader, by the Inquisitors. So it's possible that this is Kashyyyk, as this massive tree trunk is behind them, and they're going to hunt down Gungi. It would tie into that second season very well, because we saw that whole arc with Gungi, and it didn't really mean much at all at the time, but now it could. So I don't really know. Some people have actually like dissected this whole thing, and they really do think that this is tech, and it is possible, but I just don't think so. But this definitely looks like Kashyyyk.
Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
They are coming.
Fennec Shand. So we haven't seen Fennec since the first season. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mike says that is tech. Maybe. Nice name, by the way. Mace Cameron, what's up, says, are you talking about Pabu? No, Pabu is the place where they, like the island that they go for safe keeping or whatever. Kashyyyk is the home of the Wookiees. They go to Kashyyyk in Season 2 when they get Gungi and whatever. John Groom says that's the planet that they visited with the tidal wave. Oh, Pabu. That's what you're talking about. I get you. Okay. No, I don't think so. I think that's Kashyyyk. But, I mean, yeah, I guess it technically could be, but I think it's Kashyyyk. All right, so this is Fennec Shand. Fennec Shand and Cad Bane we're about to see in a second. We haven't seen either of them since the first season, correct? And this is pretty interesting because, of course, in a 16-episode show, there's going to be some filler episodes, especially when it comes to the Bad Batch. We just know that's the case. It's been the case with the Clone Wars. It's been the case with Rebels. It's been the case with the Bad Batch thus far. There's going to be filler episodes in this final season. Now, a filler episode doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be very entertaining. If a filler episode is Fennec Shand and Cad Bane, that's not really a filler episode. But we get to see Fennec Shand here again. And, of course, Cad Bane. Cad Bane is my favorite bounty hunter of all time. I know he's had a lot of people's... on the top of a lot of people's lists. Is Cad Bane your favorite bounty hunter? What's your favorite bounty hunter? Tell me in the chat. But Cad Bane, we of course saw in the Bad Batch Season 1. But we saw him in the Book of Boba Fett in live action, and he of course dies in that as well. But we finally get to see him come back. So again, I'm sure this will be more of a filler episode with Cad Bane. Some sort of off adventure that doesn't really have to do with the main plot of the story, but we'll have to wait and see.
For all of you.
Very brief, but we do get to see Wolf right here. Wolf, we don't really know what's going on with Wolf, but we do know, is Wolf one of the... Wolf is one of the clones in Rebels, right? Is Wolf one of the ones that survives in Rebels? Tell me in the chat. Skywalker Academy says there is no such thing as filler episodes. They're usually setting something up for later. Everything is done with a purpose. I agree with that. However, there is such thing as filler episodes. Now it's filler, but filler by definition means to fill the gap, and it is filling it with sort of things that need to be told, of course, stuff that will lead to further development in story arcs for certain characters, or character growth, or of course setting something up for later on. Yeah. Okay, so yes, Wolf is one of the ones that survives in Rebels. That makes perfect sense. Okay. So Wolf, of course, will survive this season then, and we know that clearly right here he's siding with the Empire, and it's possible that somehow he still has the inhibitor chip in him, and we'll get to see how Rex gets that out of him, because we know Rex and Gregor and Wolf are the three that are in Star Wars Rebels. Yeah. Dr. Ratty Ross, what's up?
Give us a real
So it looks like Omega flying maybe an X-Wing or something like that. Or, I mean, a TIE Fighter, an early edition TIE Fighter or something. I don't know. But she is flying something. She is clearly beaten up and battered around for, she's very dirty. She's covered in dirt. This looks like maybe her escape.
Give us a real challenge. Everyone, down!
One last fight. What is this? This ship looks too familiar to not be a specific ship. Does anybody know what ship this is? Or whose ship this is, I should say? This is quite the cool looking ship, and it looks very familiar, but I can't. It looks kind of like a smaller version of a Star Destroyer, but it looks like it's got something on the back here. I don't know, and I don't even know what planet that is either.
Everyone down! We're not big on following orders.
This, people think, is also Crosshair's gun right here, and this does look like Crosshair on the left side of our screen here. So it's possible that Crosshair gets broken out of Mount Tantus pretty early on, and it's possible that these two break him out and they don't get Omega, because Omega's probably in sort of more secure place on Mount Tantus, and maybe, or it's possible that Crosshair escapes himself. We don't really know. But it does feel like, at least due to this trailer, now this is the second time we're seeing Crosshair with the two of them, that he might get out earlier than we expect.
I wasn't planning on killing you, but you're making it very tempting.
Okay, so this seems a little bit out of place to me. Whoa. Asajj Ventress. Of course, everybody's been talking about it. She's got her yellow lightsaber. It's very, 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 very cool. Asajj is an incredible character. Always wanted to see more of her after that 5th season of Clone Wars. When did we last see her? What's up, Tony? But this is very out of place. The rest of the trailer seems very cohesive and connected. We see Hunter and Wrecker. They're with Crosshair in some scenes. They're without Crosshair in some scenes. We see Mount Tantus with Omega, and we hear Palpatine, and Palpatine's on Mount Tantus. We see Coruscant, which makes sense because it was in the 2nd season. We see Fee. We see all this stuff. But Asajj is so out of nowhere. And she's supposed to be dead. As Skywalker Academy says in the chat, she dies in the canon novel Dark Disciple. We'll get into this in just a second, but let's talk about the trailer itself first. This does seem very out of place that Asajj is even in the trailer in the first place. Yes, she is supposed to be dead, but we'll talk about that in a second. So she, in this trailer, she says, like, I'm supposed to kill you or something. Hang on.
I wasn't planning on killing you, but you're making it very tempting.
So they make it out to look like Asajj is fighting against Wrecker and Hunter here, but that is clearly not the case, as these are two different locations. Wherever Asajj is here is not the same as where Hunter and Wrecker are in this next scene. They're clearly on a different planet, or a different location on that planet at least. So they're trying to make it out like Asajj is going to be the bad guy in this. She definitely is not. She's turned into a Jedi after the events of the Clone Wars. So she will be a good guy in this season. And we'll talk about what's going on with this whole retcon, not retcon thing. I'm working on a full-on video that will come out tomorrow morning that explains all of it. And we're going to explain all of it today. But this is clearly cut together, again, to make us think something that isn't reality. The same way that Crosshair was early on in the trailer and all this other stuff. This is not what's happening. Asajj is not the villain here. She's not fighting against the Bad Batch in this instance. But they make you think that. Final season, 3-episode premiere. 3. Okay? 3-episode premiere. So let's, before we even get into the Asajj Ventress stuff, okay? First of all, let's talk about this trailer. Is that not like some of the most hyped trailer you've ever seen in your life? Like, Bad Batch is cool. Yeah, it's cool. I honestly don't think it's anywhere close to the level of Rebels or Clone Wars even. But it is cool. However, this 3rd season, I was like looking forward to it, but I was like, whatever. And then that trailer dropped and I was like, okay. I see where we're going here. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be so damn cool. So that did get me excited. But the Asajj Ventress thing is a little bit confusing. We'll go over it. And this is not the only thing that was released yesterday. This was not it. We also got the release dates of every single episode. And we got the titles of every single episode yesterday. So we're going to break all that down right now. This is coming from StarWars.com, so we know it is true. We know it to be true. Okay. So mark your calendars. Here's the release schedule. Yes, we will be doing watch parties. Don't you worry about that. We'll be doing watch parties for every single episode, I do believe. So there's a few very interesting things with this list. So here's the list of release dates and titles. Okay? Boom. So, Bad Batch release schedule. So February 21st is 3-episode release. And those 3 episodes are Episode 1, Confined, Episode 2, Paths Unknown, and Episode 3, Shadows of Tantus. So Confined is probably going to be following Omega and Crosshair on Mount Tantus as they're confined there. Paths Unknown will probably center around Hunter and Wrecker and Echo, who we rarely see in this trailer, by the way. Echo's not really that involved, but we see them in we see the Echo a few times in the trailer, but he's not that involved. So I think that second episode will be focused more so on the Bad Batch members that are free. And then the third one is, of course, going to be Shadows of Tantus. That will be more involved in Mount Tantus. I actually do think that third episode might be the one where we see Palpatine. I think they will start off with a bang and give us Palpatine in that 3rd episode. And that will be pretty damn cool. So 3-episode premiere. 3 episodes. Now, they're probably all going to be around 22, 25 minutes, but that's still over an hour of content. So that'll be a pretty long watch party when we get to that. Then, the following week, we have February 28th. Episode 4 is called A Different Approach. Now, I honestly have no idea what this could be about. Maybe it's the outside Bad Batch members of Hunter and Wrecker trying to come up with an approach. I don't know. The Return is pretty interesting. That's Episode 5 is called The Return. The return of what? I don't know. The Zillo Beast could be. The return of Cad Bane and Fennec Shand? Maybe. I don't know. Who do you guys think is this return is referring to? The Return? I really don't know. I don't know. Could be Asajj. Could be Asajj Ventress. Actually, Asajj probably makes the most sense, huh? But it also could be another, like, cameo that we don't know about. Or another appearance that we don't know about. Could be Quinlan Voss. Could be Quinlan. I don't know. It's possible. But then the following week, on March 13th, is another double episode. So episode 6 and episode 7 will both release on March 13th, and that is Infiltration and Extraction. So the Infiltration and Extraction, I think, is going to be of Crosshair. I don't think Omega's going to make it out on the first attempt. I think that Crosshair will be the one that sort of gets out first. John Groom says, the titles for the first 3 episodes look like an escape arc. Maybe. Yeah. I don't think so. I think Crosshair will get extracted in the Extraction episode of episode 7, but I don't think Omega is going to get out until the late half of the season. I think Omega is going to spend most of the season inside of Mount Tantus, and I think Crosshair will escape in episode 7. Next episode is episode 8 on March 20th, and that's called Bad Territory. Again, no idea. Episode 9 on March 27th is the Harbinger? I have no idea. Episode 10 is called Identity Crisis. Episode 11 is another double episode on April 3rd, by the way, 10 and 11, of Point of No Return. That'll be a pretty interesting one. I really don't know what it is. Episode 12 is going to be called Juggernaut. I don't know. Juggernaut is a pretty interesting thing. That also might be referring to the Zillo Beast. Into the Breach is episode 13. I don't know. That could be going into Mount Tantus. I don't know. I really don't. And episode 14 is Flash Strike. And episode 15 is The Cavalry Has Arrived. Now, I think this is the heroes arriving on Mount Tantus to save Omega. I think the Cavalry is going to be, it's going to be Hunter, Wrecker, Echo, Rex, Fee, possibly Asajj Ventress. Maybe they even recruit Cad Bane and Fennec Shand. Who knows? But it's going to be a pretty big army of heroes that we know are still alive. Maybe it's Cody. Maybe the return actually in episode 6 is episode 5 is referring to Cody, because Commander Cody kind of just disappeared in that first season, and we didn't even know that he was what happened to him. Maybe he comes back too. But the Cavalry is going to be a group of heroes, like an Avengers level group of heroes for the Bad Batch that will come together to go save Omega. Now, let me share something very, very interesting, okay? I do not think at all that this will be 15 episodes. I do not. I absolutely do not. This claims that the last episode will end on May 1st. No. Absolutely not. I do not think that is the case. In no world do I see this only being 15 episodes after the first 2 were 16, and it ends on May 1st. You know what's 3 days later than May 1st? May the 4th be with you. So May the 4th, I think, will be a secret. I put secret in quotations because it's not a secret. There will be a secret 16th episode on May the 4th. It will be the real finale of this season, and it will be 3 days after episode 15. So May the 4th will have, yes, like May says, May the 4th will have a surprise episode 16. I have no doubt in my mind that will be the case. There's no convincing me otherwise, because the second season, the first season were both 16 episodes, and it just so happens that 3 days after our 15th episode is May the 4th. You can't convince me otherwise. Okay, so those are our titles and our release dates. 15 episodes as of now, and 3 of them are, or 2 of them are double up episodes, and 3 come out on the premiere. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks, probably 12 weeks of The Bad Batch, which is epic, which is awesome. That leads us to May, and I'm guessing The Acolyte will be the next show to come out probably in June, if not July, and we'll hit the ground running for Star Wars content this year. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. But what do you guys think? What do you think of these titles? What do we think? Do you think there's a secret 16th episode coming? Oh, Travis Mitchell with a very, very, very generous $5 holla, but didn't say anything with it. Come on, Travis. Did you mean to put a message and forgot to put it? What did you do? Travis says, how's everybody? How is it, everyone? I speculate that we may see Cut the Deserter joining the mission to save Omega. Cut the Deserter? Who dat? Sounds familiar. Let's see. Cut the deserter. Cut. Oh yeah, the farming guy who left. Yeah, the clones. It's possible. I don't know though. He didn't really kind of want to be a fighter anymore, you know. Very generous, Travis. I really do appreciate that. It is very nice. Just made my day, made my week, made my year. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, let's see what you guys say. Let's see what you guys are saying. John Groom says, the scene with the people running at the start and the invasion scene are on the planet Pabu, according to the depth breakdown I watched, and it showed the identical backgrounds from the traumas. Season 2? I don't know. I mean, there's probably going to be some scenes with Pabu involved in Season 3, but I don't know how many, you know? Wolf actually called the Empire and rebels, and they repented. Yes, that's true. Wolf's the one who called the Empire. That's true. She also Omega looks like she's in armor. Did she get armor last season? Well, maybe she steals it from Mount Tantus. The ship is the Flying Dorito, of course. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah. Was the ship going to Tarkin's base? Tarkin's base? Why the yellow lightsaber? That's a good question, Maggie. So, actually, Asajj Ventress, this is explained in the canon novel Dark Disciples, which is not being retconned. We'll get into it. She gets a yellow lightsaber on the black market. Actually, she buys it after her red lightsabers are stolen from Barriss Offee. Her red lightsabers are stolen in season 5 of the Clone Wars by Barriss Offee, and she actually uses those 2 lightsabers to fight against Anakin Skywalker in that episode where Ahsoka's being framed, or at least, yeah, she's being framed by Barriss, and the Jedi are putting her on trial, and that's what leads to Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order. But her lightsabers never come back to her. Her 2 red lightsabers, the dual-wield lightsabers that she always used, never come back to her, so she has to go find another lightsaber, and that lightsaber is a yellow one, and she actually turns to the light side, falls in love with Quinlan Voss, who we might actually see in the Bad Batch Season 3 as well, and that's how she got the yellow lightsaber. Now, we'll talk about... Alright, let's just dive into this whole Asajj thing, okay? Let's do it. Actually, let me catch up on some chats first, and then we'll do it. Okay. John Groom says, yes, she does die, but then she gets back to the Night Sisters, who's to say she wasn't resurrected? No one's ever truly gone. That's true. But the Night Sisters are all dead at that point. Grievous has killed them all at that point. May says, they said that they're going to shift Dark Disciples or something. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Fearless says, Star Wars officially stated that her story is still in canon. Tony says, reminds me of Maul telling Ahsoka, why are you here? Oh, why are you here? From Clone Wars Season 7. Yeah, kind of. Yes, I put some things in the chat before the stream started. Yeah, we'll read those. May says, I've never seen Rebels, never wanted to watch it, so I can't judge what will be better. You never watched Rebels, Mace? I think Rebels is still probably the most underrated piece of Star Wars content ever, so I definitely would recommend. The trailer makes it look packed with stuff. I hope we don't get too much missions of the week. I think we will get a lot of missions of the week type stuff, filler episodes, like some people like to call it. It is a 16-episode show. A lot of it will be not as important as some other episodes. So I think the premiere is going to be pretty important, the first 3 episodes. I think those double-up episodes are going to be important. And the other episodes, they won't not be important, but they'll just be sort of character development episodes or like story arc episodes. Like in Season 2, the filler episodes were to explore Tech and his love life with Fee and set him up for this obviously incredible ending at the end of Season 2 when he sacrifices his life. And all those filler episodes were to develop Tech more to be this beloved character, so that when he does die, you have a more strong connected emotions with that character. Yeah. Why no 16th episode date or title? Ian, I think they're just trying to hide it from us to give us a surprise on May the 4th. That's the only thing I could possibly think, because season 1 and season 2 are 16 episodes. There's no doubt in my mind that this third season is gonna be 16 episodes. It would just be stupid to not make it 16 episodes. Fearless says, "Oh, Rebels is really good. You should give it a try." Oh yeah, it's incredible. First season of Rebels isn't amazing, but season 2 through 4 are really good. Yeah. John Groom says, the title of the first 3 episodes look like an escape arc. I think the 5th and 6th or whatever it is, 6th and 7th were more like that. The Bad Batch are cool characters, but they kind of seem unnecessary. They don't really have much impact on anything. They're just there. Maggie, I actually agree with you, or I agreed with you up until I watched this third trailer. I did think that they really had nothing to do with anything in the whole galaxy far, far away storyline, but now it seems like they will. Between the Mount Tantus arc and cloning with Palpatine and what's going on with Thrawn right now in canon in the Mandoverse, I think it will be more important towards what's going on in the Mandalorian down the road. So I actually do think that the Bad Batch will become significant in the story of Star Wars in this third season. I agree with you. In those first 2 seasons, it was like, what's the point of this? You know, it doesn't really have much effect on anything else. These Bad Batch members aren't in anything else, and it seems like they won't really have much meaning to themselves. And honestly, I still think by the end of this season, we could see the death of many, many of the Bad Batch members. I think Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, Echo, all their lives are up in the air. Even Omega, but honestly, Omega is probably the most likely to survive this show. I think a lot of lives are going to be lost in this third season, and it's going to be a pretty sad ending. Yeah. Someone noticed that when you see the crashed shuttle, you see Omega and Crosshair leaving that shuttle. Let's go back. I know what you're referring to, but let's see. It's when Rex says, I thought we would... Hang on, let's see.
Thought that the end of the war would mean an end.
This one, you mean? So I don't know where this is.
Would mean an end to losing more of us.
So this, you're saying that's Omega?
Losing.
Oops. Somebody goes behind this rock right here. Hang on.
Would mean an end to lose.
No, it looks like an animal that's going down there. But yeah, that does look like Omega maybe. And maybe that was the cockpit of whatever she was in before. She crash lands on this planet. I don't know. I don't see another person here though.
Losing more of us.
Anybody else see someone? Maybe there? No. Yeah, I think that's just Omega. I think maybe Omega escapes on her own, honestly. I don't know what's going on here. Or maybe that's... I don't know.
Our brothers.
Oh, wait. Yes, right there. Oh, shit. Boom, right there. That looks like Crosshair from afar. And that looks like Omega from afar. Wow, good catch. That's crazy. Maybe they escaped together. That would be wild. I don't know. What is going on here? They clearly got shot down. And actually, this does look like the same planet. I think it's Wayland, it's called, where Mount Tantus is. Because we see later on in the trailer, if we can piece all this shit together.
Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal.
This ship, the same ship that we see crashed earlier on, is getting shot down on Mount Tantus.
You will have it.
Yep. Then it crash lands right there. Boom, we are getting somewhere. So this ship that got shot down starts spiraling down into the planet, same planet as Mount Tantus. And if you scroll back, you see
More of our brother.
Crosshair and Omega, who tried to escape. They're still on Mount Tantus, and they're probably about to get captured again. So it looks like they try to escape. They try to escape the planet by themselves, and it doesn't work, as far as we know at least. It doesn't work. That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, that was at the beginning of the trailer, and then them getting shot down was later on in the trailer. There's so many crazy stuff going on in this trailer that, like, we're just piecing together at this point. It's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. I love when we're able to just sit here and dissect these things. Like, there's some fun stuff in here. That is cool. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. John says, Harbinger is a bringer in the Bible, the bringer of death. Interesting. A warning. Fascinating. May the 4th will have a surprise episode 16. I agree. I think so. I'm so excited. Can't wait for February 21st. That's the best part, guys. This was yesterday. This show comes out in less than a month. Less than a month. That's very, very exciting. Maybe episode 15 will be an hour long. I don't think so. I think episode 16 could be an hour long, though. Yeah. Tony says, just like the Rebels ending, everyone that we saw in season 1 through 3 will come to support the Bad Batch. That's true, yeah, because you get to see like all those different people come to help on Lothal. That's true. That's definitely possible. Because, yeah, even Gregor and Wolf are there. Even like Hondo Unaka is there. Yeah, that could be possible. Yeah, so that Calvary thing that they talked about in the 15th episode title could possibly be referring to almost everything, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to see Quinlan. Me too. I would love to see Quinlan Voss. That would be incredible. Friggin says, smash that like, you nerf herders. Also, how is Asajj Ventress alive? All right, let's get into it. What's up, Aaron? Let's get into it. Travis says, Asajj took the blast of Force lightning from Dooku to save Quinlan Voss, presumed dead. The season established that she just survived that, which isn't that ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about it. Also, Tony says, Mother Talzin returned to give life to Ventress and tell her that you're not done yet. That's definitely a possibility too. There could be some Night Sister magic involved in this, but let's talk about what we know, okay? So here's what we know. In that same article that we just read those titles off of, this one right here, there is, what's up, Zach Attack? Hang on, Zach, let me get to your thing first. Zach says, I don't know if you remember my theory I commented in your video yesterday. It's too long to repost in the comments here, but yes, no retcon with Asajj happens. Quite the opposite, at least according to my theory. Zach, I loved your theory so much, actually. I got a video coming out tomorrow, and I go over 2 different options as to how Asajj Ventress is alive in this instance. And actually, I shout you out in the video, give you creds for the theory, and it's a great theory, so I actually put it in the video that comes out tomorrow morning. So watch out for that. All right, here we go. So that same article came from StarWars.com. It came out with the trailer. So it says, watch this Star Wars Bad Batch Season 3 trailer. But what the words around it are just as important here. So we now have our first look at the Bad Batch's last mission. The long-awaited trailer for the Bad Batch Season 3 has arrived, offering a glimpse of what's in store for our favorite elite clone squad. But here's where things get very interesting. In addition to the Batchers, that's funny, now scattered following the events of Season 2, the trailer includes some new creatures and familiar faces, including Wanda Sykes Fee, and ends with a shocking appearance of fan-favorite Sith apprentice turned free agent Asajj Ventress. So this is what Brad had to say about it. Brad is an executive producer on the show. He said, we love Asajj Ventress. She's a character that we've been wanting to tell more stories about. Brad, supervising director and one of the executive producers on the series, tells StarWars.com, and he makes clear that her return will honor prior tales, including the book in which the character apparently perishes. He says, we don't want to spoil anything, but want fans to know that any new storytelling with Ventress will align with the events of Star Wars Dark Disciple. So, like I said earlier, Dark Disciple, the canon novel, shows us, or tells us, that Asajj Ventress, in a fight between her and Count Dooku, with Quinlan Voss there, the two of them are fighting against Dooku. In a fight between the two, she jumps in front of Quinlan Voss to save his life and take the Force lightning from Count Dooku to herself, sacrificing her life. Okay? Keep that in mind. because this guy, Brad, says that he doesn't want to spoil anything, but he wants fans to know that the story will remain the same. Okay? He also says that Ventress's storytelling will keep in line with the events of Dark Disciple. Here's the problem. Count Dooku dies right before Order 66 in the events of Return of the Jedi. Revenge of the Sith. So he's dead. This is way after that. Years after, pretty much. Or a long time after. Count Dooku is dead. So the events of the Dark Disciple take place before the Bad Batch Season 3. So how the hell is Ventress in that trailer? Could be a flashback. But I don't think so. A flashback would make no sense for Asajj Ventress, especially in a Bad Batch show. So, maybe there's two ways around this. Zach's theory, which was a pretty good one, and honestly I think probably the less likely one, but still a good theory, is that Mount Tantus, what do we know about it? Cloning. Force-sensitive clones is what their goal is. Is it possible that Asajj Ventress was one that was successfully Force-sensitive and a clone? That is a possibility. It would kind of maybe be a retcon. We don't know how she gets her yellow lightsaber back. We don't really know. It's possible. But the other theory is that Asajj didn't die during that Force lightning attack by Count Dooku. And this is when we go to the Star Wars archives, or the databanks, on StarWars.com. So this is the official databanks for all things Star Wars on StarWars.com. Anyone can go find this. Just look up StarWars.com databanks and search up a character, and you can find anybody. So this is Asajj Ventress's story. Whoops. It says Asajj Ventress, a former Padawan turned assassin. Asajj Ventress was trained in the ways of the dark side by Count Dooku. For many years, she yearned to be considered a true Sith, secretly acting as Dooku's apprentice. During the time of the Clone Wars, Ventress fought for the Separatists, clashing with Jedis like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, and her twin red-bladed lightsabers. Okay. But after Dooku was ordered to dispose of Asajj and left her for dead, Ventress returned to the Night Sister clan to exact her revenge. In time, Ventress reinvented herself as a bounty hunter and reclaimed her identity, neither a Sith nor a Jedi. So that's just a brief description. Now when you come down to the history of Asajj, this is her as a baby apparently. This is her with the Night Sisters. You can see Mother Talzin right there. Asajj Ventress born on Dathomir, blah, 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 blah. We won't read all this, but we'll get to the good stuff at the end here. So, here we go. Ventress insisted on working alone until she found an unlikely partner on Pantora. The Maverick Jedi Quinlan Vos. Now, Quinlan was confirmed to still be alive after Order 66 in the Kenobi show over 2 years ago. And is it possible that we could be seeing Quinlan again in live action in this, or sorry, not in live action, but again in the Bad Batch? Maybe. So, who had been sent by the Jedi Council to assassinate Count Dooku, Ventress joined Vos in hopes of destroying Dooku, but grew to love the Jedi. On Ventress's homeworld of Dathomir, Vos participated in Night Sister rituals and opened himself to the power of the dark side to complete his quest. But through their connection, Ventress found herself coping with feelings she'd thought she'd purged from herself: love, compassion, and selflessness. Ultimately, Ventress sacrificed herself to save Quinlan's life. Keep that in mind. Taking the brunt of Dooku's Force lightning during their final confrontation. But that was not the end of Asajj's story. So this is the official databanks for Star Wars characters, and it says, but this was not the end of Asajj's story. However, The sentence before says ultimately Ventress sacrificed herself to save Quinlan's life, taking the brunt of Dooku's Force Lightning during their final confrontation, meaning she got Force Lightninged up the wazoo to save Quinlan's life. But does that mean that she's dead? Does it? Does a little Force Lightning mean that she's dead? Now, I want you guys to cast your minds back to 1983, okay? If you were there, which I know you were. 1983. The year was a nice year. It was a nice sunny day, and it was a warm summer evening, and you went to go see Return of the Jedi, okay? You sat down at the movie theaters, and you're like, I can't wait to see how George Lucas finishes this whole trilogy off. Then you see some teddy bears on the screen, and you're like, ooh, Ewoks. Nice. Then it cuts to Luke Skywalker and Vader on the second Death Star. And you're like, wow, there's a second one? And in their fight, Palpatine begins to electrocute using Force Lightning Luke. And I believe somebody's put the time up where how much time that Luke gets electrocuted versus how much time Palpatine gets electrocuted in Revenge of the Sith. And I actually believe that Luke's very close, if not even more time than how Palpatine was. I guess it just wasn't as strong Force Lightning. But Luke gets Force Lightning to the dome for a very, very long time. A very, very long time. And with that, he comes out after Vader picks up Palpatine and throws him down, killing him. After that, Luke is pretty much just unharmed. He picks Vader up, drags him to the shuttle, and watches him as he dies. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't harmed at all, but physically he was unharmed, and emotionally maybe a little bit harmed. But Luke Skywalker took the brunt of the Force Lightning for a long time. A long time. And he wasn't scarred from it. He wasn't disfigured from it. He wasn't dead because of it. It's possible that Asajj could be the same way. Asajj was hit by the Force Lightning. Yes, she was almost dead, but that doesn't mean that she died. Luke Skywalker didn't die, and he got electrocuted for like 20 seconds. That's a long time. He wasn't sitting there going, I'm so weak, help me, help me. Actually, he did. He was going, Father, help me. But with that being said, not only has Palpatine survived such a long instance with Force Lightning, he was a lot more disfigured, but Luke Skywalker did the same without becoming disfigured, without having any vital organs destroyed or anything fatal happen to him. He survived. He survived for a long, long time until he force projected himself across the galaxy and died. So is that the same thing that happened with Asajj Ventress here? Did Asajj survive? What do we think? You guys tell me in the chat. Let's read what you guys are saying here. All right, let me catch up on some older chats first, and then I'll get to what you guys are saying. All right. Travis says, with the hidden path appearing in both Kenobi and Jedi Survivor, which was used by Quinlan, I speculate his big return will be in the third Jedi game. Ooh, that's a good theory, actually. That's a really good theory. In the third Jedi game. That would be pretty damn cool, actually. Possibly as a playable character, too. That would be even cooler. Yeah, because you get to play as Seer in the second game, so why not get to play as Quinlan? That would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, Season 2 and through 4 of Rebels will make you appreciate Season 1 more, so go back and rewatch it when you finish Rebels. Well, yeah, because Season 1 is laying the groundwork of all the character developments and stuff, yeah. I hope Disney Plus releases the episodes earlier in the day, like they did for the Ahsoka series. I think they will. Not the 3 a.m. release dates. I really hope they will continue that, but we'll see. I hope they do. However, these release dates are Wednesdays. They're Wednesdays of the month. And Ahsoka came out on Tuesday nights instead of Wednesdays. So I guess we'll have to wait. Travis says, I predict that Fennec Cad Bane and now Asajj Ventress are bounty hunters sent after Omega after she escapes prison. Ooh. Ventress ultimately having a change of heart, teaming with Fennec to help the crew. Interesting, but if Omega escapes the prison, then what's the point? Like, she's already free. Noon Pacific time would be good for Europe and Australia, but I doubt they will do that in the U.S. because the U.S. is the primary focus, for lack of a better word. Yeah, it will probably continue to be that 6 p.m. Pacific time that they did for Ahsoka. I would hope. I mean, why change it? It was so much better. So much better. The clip of Omega in the cockpit was just before the crash landing that you were showing. Yeah, I think so. Harbinger. A person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another. Maggie says, this means I have less than a month to finally watch the second season. I definitely got to go rewatch season 1 and season 2 before February 21st, so I got to get on that too. Yeah, we got to get back on that Bad Batch grind over the next month. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Zach. Hey, if you guys have good theories in my comment sections, I'm going to put them in the videos. That's for sure. So Zach had an incredible theory, and it got in the video. I've done it before. I mean, if you guys have good theories, throw them in the comment sections of the videos, and I'll definitely either make a video on it or talk about it in a video, give you guys credit 100%. That's what it's about around here. Dark Disciple takes place before Season 1 of The Bad Batch. Yes, it does. In Season 2, The Bad Batch helped Cut and his family escape their planet, so I think they'll be living under the radar, encountering one of the bounty hunters looking for Omega, taking action to help. That's not a bad theory, actually. I forgot that they helped save Cut from his world. Yeah, so Cut's probably trying to find a hiding spot and maybe will help save Omega because the Bad Batch helped him get off his home planet. That's possible. Yes, that's pointed out with Dooku being beheaded before Order 66. That's true. Yeah. Lightning up the wazoo has to hurt. Yes, it's true. It does have to hurt. Zach says, I can't remember. Does the book say 100% that she's dead? Or is it just Voss's point of view that she's dead? Is she buried or burned? I cannot recall. I actually don't remember either. I don't think we know. I don't think it tells us that she gets buried or burned. I don't think that happens in the book. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check. Fearless says, me too. I was there sitting in the theaters. Well, I was kind of joking because I was not there, but nice. Ian says, I had the toy TIE interceptor where the wings fell off when you press the button. That's cool. The intent to make Luke suffer in front of his father to remind him of all the times he used Force Lightning on him. That's true, but at that time, it's not really the case anymore. It's to get Luke to turn to the dark side and fight back, and that's not what he's doing. He's still being electrocuted for like 20 plus seconds. It's a long ass time. Travis says, with the book in front of me, Ventress is dead. Voss takes the body to Dathomir to place her in the pool that she was baptized in. The water becomes green. As green tendrils pull her body in. Whoa. Travis, I gotta remember that. That's going in the video for tomorrow. I already recorded the video. That's gotta be an add-on to this video. I did not remember that that's how that ended. So I actually think now more than ever, she's definitely still alive. She got brought to Dathomir. Dathomir. The place where pretty much everybody comes back to life. So Ventress is dead. Voss takes the body to Dathomir, places her in a pool where she was baptized in. Again, probably a pool of fucking power or some shit. The water becomes green, and green tendrils pull her body in. So they pull her in, probably give her some life, and pull her back out. Huh. So I've come to the point where I'm almost 99.9% sure that Tales of the Jedi Season 2 will involve Asajj Ventress. Like, she will be 3 of those 6 episodes. I'm almost positive about it. So this story, how she survived, will be told in that Tales of the Jedi season. And maybe we'll see this. Quinlan Vos take her to Dathomir to save her. Because let's be honest, Night Sister magic, we're really just getting our first glimpse at it. This will be another connection to the Mandoverse and the Night Sisters from Thrawn. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That would be pretty damn cool. This, honestly, Travis, that just made me think more so now that she's more alive than ever. She got brought to Dathomir, the home of the frickin' witches who bring people back to life all the time. And it's possible that she wasn't dead when she got electrocuted. She was just knocked out or maybe close to being dead, and Vos brought her there to save her. Vos trained to learn the ways of the rituals of the Dathomiri. It's possible that he saved her by bringing her there. Ian says, I hope Yoda taught Luke something about deflecting Force lightning. Well, clearly he didn't, as Luke just got electrocuted for a long time and didn't really fight back at all. Fearless says, Vader only died because his electricity damaged to his suit, and so he'll probably would have survived if not in that suit. Yes, Vader's suit was designed to not be able to take Force lightning. Yeah. Zach says, pull Ventress's body, put Ventress's body in a pool, huh? I definitely think that would be working with as a thing, as ultimately healing her and bringing her back to life. I don't know. I agree. I think this, putting her into this pool, is going to be more so an answer to the question of how she came back. Yeah. Maggie says, is Force lightning even dangerous? No one ever dies from it. It's definitely dangerous if you get hit by it for a long period of time. Look at Palpatine. Palpatine goes from a nice looking man to a very, very weird looking person, I guess. Weird is the word I'm going for. Skywalker Academy says, Palpatine died from his own Force lightning reflecting back at him. That means he's learned a lesson. Well, he didn't. Wait, what? He didn't die. What? That means he's learned a lesson not to make people suffer and use ultimate power. He didn't die. Oh, you mean in Rise of Skywalker he dies. Yes, he does die in Rise of Skywalker from deflecting his own lightning back at him. Which, again, why wouldn't he just stop? Cue all the fans rewatching Bad Batch Season 2 and rereading Dark Disciple. Well, that's the goal, is to get fans to do that. So I think, of course, Brad, the executive producer on The Bad Batch, reassuring fans that this will continue and not retcon anything from the Dark Disciple novel makes the most sense and honestly gives us reassurance that somehow, some way, they will find a way to bring Asajj back. Travis says, direct text. Obi-Wan's eyes widen. He's heard it in the whispers of the woman's voices. The Force has reclaimed Dathomir. Wayward child. The Force has reclaimed Dathomir, wayward child. As Vos reached out to send the woman he loved a final farewell, he thought he could make out a single word. Sister, Asajj Ventress at last had come home. So the spirit of the Night Sisters and the Force is taking her back, and it's possible that the power just brings her back. And it's possible that that power just brings her back, like how Ahsoka comes back from drowning. From the book, she is definitely dead, being described as such for days. Kenobi and Vos bring her back as a funeral? Wait, Kenobi's there? Kenobi is there when she dies on Dathomir? Honestly, that does kind of sound pretty open-ended to me. I get the fact, Vos is reaching out to send a final farewell. Kenobi's feeling in the Force that the Force has reclaimed Dathomir, the wayward child. But honestly, a little bit is up in the air there. Night Sisters are known for, of course, bringing people back to life. This whole pool of water type thing is a little bit sketchy in and of itself. I don't know. I could definitely see her coming back to life pretty easily. Pretty easily. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. There's still no doubt in my mind that she's going to be a main character of Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Travis says, I'm surprised how none of these articles actually bother to say what happened in the book. That people are mad is going to be ignored. Yeah, a lot of people are upset that this is happening as a retcon. But, honestly, I don't think it will. I think Dave Filoni and the other creators like Brad will find a way to get around this. And they'll find a actual logical way. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, future Anakin says, you're not done. Go back. Imagine Anakin saves her in the World Between Worlds. No. I could see something, though. Along the lines of she's not dead because of the Night Sister in her. They'll be shown at some point. As I pointed out at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a way to bring her back without angering a lot of fans. And that's kind of the goal here. That's really the goal here. Let's be honest. Let's read this, though. This is coming from Screen Rant, and they're pretty much saying that Asajj Ventress' death is officially retconned. So let's see what they have to say about this, and let's see if they talk about anything that we haven't talked about yet here today. So Asajj Ventress' death officially retconned, no longer canon in Disney Star Wars. Let's see if they're right. The first trailer for Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3 appeared to have revealed Asajj Ventress' death during the Clone Wars has been retconned. Asajj Ventress was originally a Ratataki, up-and-coming Sith who served Count Dooku and led CIS forces to in the Star Wars Legends continued. Wait, what? It's not Legends. It's canon. The modern Star Wars canon significantly rewrote Asajj Ventress' background, establishing her as a Night Sister. Oh, okay, so that was in Legends. This is canon, establishing her as a Night Sister of Dathomir from a reimagined version of the planet Dathomir. Ventress also received a definitive ending of her story, at least until the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer. The Bad Batch, which takes place in the immediate aftermath of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in the early years of the Galactic Empire, has helped tie up the Clone Wars era loose ends. Not only do beloved characters like Captain Rex and Commander Cody return but the series also explains how the heroic, albeit brainwashed, clone troopers are quickly replaced by the recruited TK troopers, who are themselves precursors to the Imperial Stormtroopers. This series will end with Season 3, whose trailer shockingly revealed a living Asajj Ventress, seemingly contradicting her established demise. Okay, this is how she died. Christy Golden's 2015 novel Dark Disciples. This is 2015. This is 9 years ago, less than 9 years ago. Dark Disciple canonized several stories that were planned before Disney canceled Star Wars The Clone Wars. The novel completes the long-running redemption arc of Asajj Ventress, having her assist Jedi Master Quinlan Vos in appearing to fall to the dark side without truly scrubbing. What? Scrumbing? Whatever. The novel ends with Ventress sacrificing herself to save Quinlan Vos, being struck down by a lethal barrage of Force lightning by Count Dooku. Despite the many I don't even know. I don't know how to read English, guys. That Asajj Ventress had committed atrocities. I'm so stupid. Atrocities that Asajj Ventress had committed during the Clone Wars. Her body was brought to her homeworld of Dathomir, and she received a respectful burial. So this is what Travis was talking about, okay? Travis was talking about this burial on Dathomir. So she's brought back to her homeworld by Quinlan Vos and buried in a pool on Dathomir. Dathomir is home to the witches, home to magic, home to weird little things. We've seen witches come back to life through Sabine Wren's body on Dathomir. We've seen a whole army of Night Sisters brought back to life by Mother Talzin on Dathomir. We've seen some weird shit go down on Dathomir. Bringing Asajj back to life is definitely not that far-fetched, in my personal opinion. But here we go. Star Wars Legends hints at how Asajj Ventress could have survived. So this is Legends. This is Kenobi. This is Asajj. Asajj says this: watch the center of the galaxy. It is the key to victory. Defend Coruscant from Dooku. And Kenobi says, I thought you'd use your dying breaths to curse us. Interesting. Throughout unknown means, however, Asajj Ventress will return in The Bad Batch Season 3. Modern Star Wars canon, unfortunately, has rewritten the otherwise retcon published properties on multiple occasions, with Ventress's apparent return now undoing her death in Dark Disciple. However, the Bad Batch's supervising director and executive producer Brad has assured there won't be a contradiction. Speaking to StarWars.com, he noted, which we talked about earlier, we don't want to spoil anything, but want fans to know that any new storytelling with Ventress will align with the events of Star Wars Dark Disciple. Perhaps Ventress survived the same way that original Legends era counterpart did. So this is what happened in Legends. Hayden Blackman and Brian Ching's 2005 miniseries Star Wars Obsession ended the story of Asajj Ventress in an ambiguous note. After being betrayed and critically injured by Count Dooku, Ventress appeared to have died in Kenobi's arms. In truth, Ventress entered the Force healing trance, and when she awoke aboard a Republic medical transport, she commandeered the craft and took it far from the Clone Wars as possible, leaving her fate ambiguous. The modern canon's Asajj Ventress may have similarly framed her death, allowing her to return in The Bad Batch Season 3. So maybe they go combination of canon and Legends, giving us the ability to have both Asajj Ventress live and Dark Disciples make sense. Because this is a very similar way. She dies fighting Dooku. Instead of Quinlan being there, it's now Kenobi. And she just goes into what they call a Force healing trance. And when she wakes up, she's on a Republic medical transport. So it's definitely possible that she sort of fakes her death, or at least like is dead for a time being, or in a trance, or whatever this may be. It's definitely possible that she could survive. At this point, I mean, anything's possible when it comes to Star Wars. But in Legends, it just so happens that it's a very similar outcome. And Thomas says, I mean, Force healing was seen by Leia, I think he means, in the latest trilogy. Well, Rey, but yeah. Yes, Force healing is definitely a thing that's happened in the past. And I could definitely see, maybe not Force healing, but Asajj Ventress go into something like this Legends thing that they say here in the Force healing trance. Interesting. This is going to make for quite the video tomorrow morning, and I can't wait to complete this video because I got a lot more to record, I guess. But that is pretty damn interesting, if I do say so myself. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are they going to take from this Legends story and have her go into this Force healing trance? Or are they just going to have the pools on Dathomir be what brings her back to life? I feel like there's many different ways that they can go about this, where she can come back to life and it would still make sense. I don't know. We'll have to see. We shall have to wait and see, I guess. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Travis says, the ending of the book is a very reminiscent of a dirt rising from Superman's coffin in the Batman versus Superman. It's a hopefully transcendent and acceptance into a higher form of the Force so she is not dead. Asajj was in Ratatouille? Yes, she was. You didn't see her? She was the guy. She was like the main critic dude that. Hang on. Hang on. What's the guy from Ratatouille? The main critic dude? Main critic dude from Ratatouille. Main critic dude. Anton Ego. See, it's Asajj Ventress. Guys, this looks exactly like Asajj. You can't tell me it doesn't. It's Asajj Ventress. It's Asajj Ventress. Yeah, she wasn't Ratatouille. Travis says, there's also a dark and kind of awesome route where Quinlan learns that the Night Sister magic, giving in to the dark side and bringing her back through a physical body. That's definitely possible because Quinlan, it does say Quinlan does learn the ways of the dark side through the Night Sisters by seeing rituals on the planet. So it's possible that she could learn in other ways. Yeah. Travis says, we haven't had a pet cemetery story in Star Wars where someone goes to extreme lengths to bring someone back. Imagine Quinlan puts on a Sith mask or even goes to Exegol, learning Plagueis' power. Oh my god, imagine we get to see Quinlan Vos just go crazy trying to bring her back to life like, of course, Anakin tries to do with Padme. That would be insane. That would be wild. Thomas says, I mean, Force healing was seen in the latest trilogy. Yes, it was. It was seen by Rey and by Kylo. And by Grogu in The Mandalorian as well. Yeah, Grogu heals Grief Karga. Yeah, it's true. Travis says, in a documentary for E.T., Spielberg jokingly says that E.T. is kind of using the Force to heal. To which George says, yeah, Jedis can do that. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, Rey, but Leia did pull herself in the Force where she blew up out of the ship. Yeah, but that wasn't like Force healing. Zach says, now that we've gone over her fate in the book, I know that she's alive. I do like the theory I had involving the clones learning about their originals in the flashbacks, so I hope it's done but for another character. I agree, Zach. I do love that theory, and I think it will. Probably for Luke Skywalker's clone, honestly, if we were going to do that. If anyone, that critic was Count Dooku. That's true. He does kind of look like Dooku from the Clone Wars. At least he's got the pointy face. John Groom says, if she really did survive and is still with Quinlan, then maybe there is some little Ventresses running around. Oh, like baby Ventresses? Ooh, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, they had kids and they got little baby Ventresses. That would be funny. That would be quite funny. Now I can't wait to complete this video because now we're talking about the possibility of Quinlan going crazy because he was in love with Asajj Ventress and doing anything he possibly can to bring her back to life. That would be wild. That would be wild. Wow. This trailer was absolutely insane. It definitely did what it wanted to do, and that is have everybody talking about The Bad Batch Season 3. And everybody seems to be pretty damn excited for this season. I mean, Season 3 was not something I was really hyped up for until I watched this trailer. And that's why with almost 40 votes, this poll has 95% of you are more excited now for The Bad Batch after watching that trailer, because that trailer was absolutely insane. And we talked about Asajj for the last hour, but it wasn't just Asajj. It was Palpatine. It was seeing Crosshair with Hunter and Wrecker when he's not supposed to be there. It was seeing Cad Bane, Fennec Shand, and all this other cool action-packed sequences in that trailer that made us really, really excited. Whew. It's going to be awesome. Travis says, your forks, please. We wouldn't want to make a mess of things in front of the critic. Oh, your lightsabers, please. I got you. Ian says, my theory is that now that we have Asajj with blonde hair, Omega has some of Ventress's DNA in her. Yeah. Can you imagine Ventress as a mother? As a mother? Well, now she's turned light, so maybe. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Quinlan going dark would be a good theory. Will it happen, though? I don't know. It's definitely possible that it could happen. I don't think he'll go fully dark side, but I think he will tap into the dark side to save Asajj's life. Yeah. Quinlan being with Kenobi at the end of the book now adds new context to Kenobi, mentioning him in his series. Yeah, well, Quinlan and Kenobi go through a bunch of adventures. Throughout the Clone Wars, we get to see some of those, but even in like other comics and novels, they are very close in the Clone Wars, the two of them. So that's why, like, when he reads his name in Kenobi, he's so surprised by it. Quinlan was here? Like, yeah, true. Quinlan was always going dark in the extended universe. Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah. Friggin says, IIRC. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. IIRC? Tech analyzed Omega's DNA, and it was identical to Boba's and Jango's. Interesting. Well, that's why Omega is so important, at least to the Empire, is because she's an identical clone to the two. Yeah. If I remember correctly, that's the thing that people say. If I remember correctly, is IIRC. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. The more you know. The more you know. Travis says, I could see it as a Jekyll and Hyde / Venom type thing, where he's powerful enough to overpower it, but sometimes it possesses him. Ooh, like Cal Kestis in Jedi Survivor. Yeah, it does seem like we could be going down that route with Quinlan Vos, because he does have that sort of dark side tendencies. He's not your typical Jedi in the first place anyway. So, yeah. Ian says, I know, but I know, but why let facts get in the way of a good theory? There you go. It's true. Why let it? Why let it? If Ventress and Bane are back in the Clone Wars-centric story, do you think that we will be seeing Boba Fett this season? It's definitely possible because Boba Fett kind of goes away for a while. We don't really know where Boba is. He's not in Rebels. He's not in Kenobi. He is in Jedi Survivor, so he still is bounty hunting. But we don't really see him much in stories. So it would be very cool to see him. See a younger Boba Fett in Bad Batch Season 3. That would be cool. Even if it was just for like a scene or two. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Zach Attack says, it's okay. I wasn't sure what IIRC meant either. I'm only 25, but I guess I'm getting out of touch. I'm 21. I should be in the know. But I never am. Yeah, I could be the most uncultured person on the planet. But definitely the IIRC. Definitely. I never would have guessed if I remember correctly or if I recall correctly. Never would have guessed that. Like, you could have given me 100 years and $1 million if I got it right, and I never would have guessed it. Never. Never! All right, let's end that poll. It's not going anywhere. We got 94. Oh, wow, the math is not mathing. 94% of you are more excited now for the Bad Batch after watching that trailer. That's pretty damn cool. All right, I'm going to get on out of here, though. A shorter stream today. I've got a busy night ahead of me. Got to finish this video and do a lot of other stuff as well. But watch out for this video tomorrow. I'm breaking it down completely. Now I got more stuff to break down as well. Possibly seeing Quinlan go dark side and bringing Ventress back to life. Possibility of Ventress being a clone of Ventress, which is probably the less likely scenario here. But it's also possible that she just survived the fight between her and Dooku. Watch out for that video tomorrow. Probably drop around 1 p.m. I would guess, if not 12 p.m. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yes, Travis says the IIRC sounds like a corporation of people that would stand outside with picket signs. Yes, it does. It definitely does. Yeah. All right. If you guys haven't watched my breakdown video of this trailer already, go watch that as well. I appreciate all of you guys for doing that and dropping a comment. I love when you guys comment your theories and stuff. It's awesome. It's very, very fun. This was an amazing stream. This was a very hype start to the week, having that Bad Batch trailer drop, and I can't wait to see what's coming out next. Of course, streams on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, as always. Watch out for that video tomorrow. Watch out for that short later today. Shorts usually drop at 5 or 5:30 p.m. every day. So watch out for those shorts if you're not on board with the shorts on the channel. Get on board. And yeah, we hit whoa. Nobody leave. Nobody leave. Oh wait, never mind. I was going to say on Sunday, but we did it live on Saturday stream. If you weren't here for Saturday stream, we're going to talk about it then. Anyway, on Saturday stream live, we hit 7,000 subscribers. I thought we hit it off stream, sorry. My fault. We hit 7,000 subscribers. Cannot thank you guys enough. I thought we hadn't done this already, but cannot thank you guys enough. Next up is 8,000. You guys are the best, and I can't wait for our next stream. I can't wait for the video tomorrow, and I can't wait for all this fun Star Wars content coming very, very soon. The Bad Batch starts on February 21st with a watch party of 3 episodes, and I can't wait, and I'm sure you can't wait either. So without further ado, let's get on out of here. Smash that like button if you have not already. What are you waiting for? Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up on the recommended feed of yours. And yeah. And may the Force be with you. Always. Oh yeah. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate all of you so very much. And huge shout out to Travis for that very, 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 very generous $5 holler. That was very generous. I do appreciate that so much more than you will ever know. And I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, watching, and of course, smashing that like button. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.